Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to loop through an array in Golang. So using three different methods. So let's say this is the first method. The first method is quite common in so many different languages. So I'm going to use the for keyword. And in Golang, you are not obliged to, for example, open the parentheses. In Golang, you are not obliged to do it. If you do it, it will still work, but you don't have to do it like in JavaScript. So I'm start my counter from 0. And as long as is less than the length of norms, which is the array. So we keep going. And then I want to print this. I'm going to call the fmt package and print norms. Okay, so we want to print each value and the standard output. So I'm going to open the terminal now. I'm going to clear this up. Go run main.go. And here you go. So the values have been printed. So this is the first method. I'm going to comment this out for now. And we got another array here which holds string values. And if you are wondering why we have 3 here, we have 4 here, so make sure to watch my last video on arrays part 1, and it's been explained there. So this one we are going to use the range keyword. In Golang we have the range keyword which allow us to iterate through an array. So and we're still going to use the for keyword, and we need the index. So if we are not using the index, we can just ignore it. Okay, so we want to get each fruit. So we use the range keyword. So we want to range through the fruit array. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to do the same thing. Print. I'm not appending anything. I'm going to print out fruit. Okay, so this what it's going to do, it's going to print each fruit of the array, the standard output. So go run main.go. So here you go, you have orange, mango, apple. Okay, so this is the second method. And one thing that you should know here is that if you wanted to use the index, you could, for example, let's say, and then you could ignore this. You could ignore it definitely completely and then use the index, and you will still get the same thing. So you see, you still get the same thing. And if you want, because this, you can simplify it. Okay, you can simplify it by removing the underscore, and you will still get the same thing. So this is the second method to iterate through an array in Golang. So I'm going to comment this out for now. And now we have our last array, which holds, rune values. So they are type rune, so which is in 33 in Golang. So this method is equivalent to the while loop in other programming languages like JavaScript, but in Golang we do not have the while loop. So we can implement it, but we do not have the while loop using the for keyword. So this one also, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm going to declare a variable called I and assign it 0, which is my counter. As I told you before, in Golang you are not obliged to use the parentheses, but if you want to, there is nothing wrong to do it. It's not gonna complain or anything. So as long as our counter is less than the length of our array. So what we're gonna do, the same thing. We want to print, but here it's very important to understand what we are doing, because we got one value. So if we print straight away the values, what we're gonna get, the decimal values of this rune. So if you know already about the ASCII art table, so you would understand what I'm talking about. So let me go and run this. So yeah, so this is an infinite loop. Why? Because we need to increment our counter, otherwise we get an infinite loop. So let me run it again. Go run main.go. Okay, let me run it. Go run main.go. Here you go. Now, as I mentioned, so we got the decimal values. These are the equivalent values in the ASCII art table of A, B, C, D, E, which are capitals. So let me show you. For example, if you open the ASCII art table and we go here, so as you can see, the character A, the decimal value, the equivalent is 64. So up to E is 69. So this is exactly what we got here. So if we run our program, so these are the values we get. So how can we get these values? We need to convert them into strings if you want to display them as they are. So, and doing this, we can just use the string keyword here and then convert them into string to get the actual values. So here you go. Now A, B, C, D, E. Okay. So this was the last method that I wanted to show you today about how to look through an array in Golang. I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you in my next video.